Hello fellow nerds, in today's video I'm going to show you this Fanttik NEX E2 Ultra, but I'm not just going to show it to you, I am going to put it through its paces. I've printed out some little testers that have holes in it, and we are going to put some M3 screws in there and see how much torque this Fanttik E2 Ultra has. I used this Fanttik E2 Ultra to build this behemoth of a printer. This is the Explorer IQEX, and I used it on all but about 10 screws. It made it so much nicer. In full disclosure, Fantik provided this for free. They are not sponsoring this video, so I can say whatever I want about it, and I will absolutely tell you the truth. But let's hop over to the workbench and we will see how well it does. Okay, here's the case. We'll look at that more after the test. Here's the first tester that I printed, and I realized it's not deep enough for the screws I have. So I printed out another one, and let's pop it off and let's get this torque test going. Okay, here we go. And I did measure the depth, and I made the depth 1.5 centimeters, so it should be good. Okay, let's get started. So this hole is 3.2 millimeters, which should be like just right for this screw. So let's see what we got. Put it in there. And let me zoom in just a little bit. Okay. And let's just start off at the number 1 for the torque. This is the lowest torque setting. And okay, it was too little, so it just went right in. See, nothing at all. Okay, so we'll go on to the next one, try it out. Okay, nice, easy peasy. Seems like that's about 3. So let's try the next one. That felt like a little bit loose, but pretty good. Okay, there we go. Still on setting number 1 for the torque. Let's pull her out. And I did charge this up right before filming for about 30 minutes, so we should be good on battery. Okay, down to the next one. Oh, there we go. Okay, so let's try just bumping up the torque setting to 2. We do have 5 settings to go. I do wish it actually went a little bigger to show the difference in sizes, but you know, that is a very mild criticism. So let's see here. Okay, so it moves a little bit, but not all the way. Let's torque it up to 3. And okay, no problem. Just to get a closer look at that. And honestly, that would probably be like what most models would probably have for an M3 screw right there. It felt like nice and snug. Let's go even shot, like that's even less of a diameter. This I would think is kind of a little small for an M3 screw, but let's give it a try. Okay. Okay, it stopped. So that is at the torque setting 3. Let's take it to 4 and let's see if it can make it. Okay, stopped again. We will crank it up to 5, but I mean, it did make some good moves actually. So we'll torque it all the way up to 5 and let's try. Oh, hold on, I gotta hold the screwdriver. There we go. That's actually kind of impressive. And when you do hold the button down, you'll actually see the light. Oh, gotta hold on to it. You can see the light moving, which is kind of a nice little touch. Okay, so this is pretty tight in there. We have it at max setting, so let's see if it can make it. Eek. Okay, there we go. And I think this is the strongest one they have, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so I'm pushing down a little bit. and holding it, and let's try it again. Okay. I didn't think it would actually make it on that one. Let's take it out. All right, so you can see, that's funny. The screw is actually kind of hot, and you can see kind of some black in there. Let's go even one deeper. Okay, and pushing down. Wow. All right, I am surprised it made it into that one. I had a comment on one of my videos that asked about how the torque was, and that is why I'm making this video specifically, is because I was curious how far I can push it. So let's go even one further down. Okay, here we go. And you can actually see the plastic that was like coming out of it. That's pretty good. This is a 20% gyroid fill PETG transparent from Polymaker. Thank you, Polymaker, for sending this filament. It has printed wonderfully. Okay, let's pull it out. Let's see if we can get even deeper. Okay, so just to show you, it actually was pulling out the material. And this one, I printed at 15% infill, but I thought I might bump it up a little, because usually for like, for this build, if you follow like the Voron standards, I think it's 20% for most parts, but don't quote me on that. Okay, I mean, this one, it's hard to even like it barely has the hole to get the tip in. Okay, pushing it in, starting. I mean, okay, it finally stopped. So it stopped like just shy of going all the way in. You can see it like the threaded material came up to the top. Just to see if it's gonna do it, let's try the last one. And if it still does it, we'll just try like drilling straight in. Ooh, that's hot though. This is actually toasty. Okay, so last one. There's not even really a hole to put it in. Okay, there we go. I had to like push in to kind of create a hole. Okay, well, it only stopped when the material came up to the tip. So just to see how it does, let's see how the gradient is. You know what? We'll just put it like right into the side. With gyroid, it should kind of like be all over. So let's just see if we can go right into the plastic. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, well, that was a good test. I'm really surprised that it did so well. Let's just see if we can bolt one of these to the other one. And I guess maybe if I do future testing, I'll put a higher infill. But as you can tell, it's definitely, I mean, it definitely has the torque to get it done. Okay, so for this one, I'll just go like, well, I guess it doesn't even matter where I go. I'll just go straight through the bottom, and we'll see if we can bolt these two together without any holes. So I'll make sure I'm not on the hole there that's pre-drilled, and we'll just see about that. Okay, holding it down. Wow. Okay, that's pretty cool. I think if I held them together a little better, it would have actually screwed all the way. So, you know what? Let's just try that. Just you know, to be concise. Okay, cool. One more. I'm having way too much fun with this. I will put like an affiliate link down below. I'd get like probably like a few dollars if you bought one through Amazon, and I love this screwdriver. I mean, I'm so happy they sent it to me. It has made the project a lot more fun. So thank you, Fanttik, for sending this. And I'm sorry it took me so long to get a video, but they actually haven't said anything about that. So very nice. Very happy to work with them. But like I said, they're not paying me anything extra for this video. But let's talk about this screwdriver, what I like, what I don't like, and if it might be for you. I like the packaging. One of the things I don't like about it is just that it's so circular that it's kind of hard to like, you'll lose grip of it if you don't hold it the right way. But I really like the way it looks. I like that finish. I mean, if you can tell here, so I've basically used this for the entire build, so you can tell that it's been used. Most of the screws were this size for the Allen. I actually brought this out because I thought this wasn't going to make it through all of the tests, so I thought I was going to have to show what it was like to use a regular hand wrench, but apparently this can go right through 20% PETG. And the other thing I like how compact it is, and when you take off your bits to put them away, you have this nice little storage right here, and then you can just pop it in magnetically. Boom, there's a magnetization zone. You get tons of bits here with it. You even get some tools. Here's like a little pry bar and some tweezers that come with it. So it's like a nice little complete set. I do wish there were more like Allen sizes, like bigger ones, because with this amount of torque, like I want to be using even bigger Allen's bolts. And then this device goes right in here, and then you plug in to charge right here. So once it's all together, it's like a nice compact package. So let me see if I can zoom out just a little. So here we go. Oh, you can see my messy workstation. And then you just plug in like so. Boom. And you charge like that. So I think it's really well thought out design. You pop that out. I think they have like other models where it's like a square or a box and it has more things, but I'm really happy they sent me this one because this is perfect for my needs. I have a small workstation and this can just like fit on the corner of the desk when I want to use it. Boom, pops out, pull that guy out, pull this out, and then that's the whole package. Okay, thank you so much for checking out the video. I think this thing's freaking cool. And honestly, if I was going to pay my own money, I would be definitely this would be high on my list of things to consider. Yeah, it's well built, feels good, nice package. I've only had good experiences with Fantik. I actually am the one who reached out to them, not specifically about this device. They were nice enough to send this to me in addition to one of those blowers, because I was going to do a video on that. But after using this, I was like, I want to do a video on this instead. So NEX E2 Ultra, I think this is the highest torque version of it. I will leave a link down below. And as you know, I will honestly always be honest with you. So if there's any questions you have or any concerns or anything, leave them in the comments below. And I do understand it's kind of expensive. I did post a link on Black Friday. It was a little cheaper on sale. I think it's like around $70, like 60, 70, 80, somewhere in there. But for me, totally worth it. I'm going to be using this every time I build something. And as you can tell, it works. That torque is pretty powerful. Nice package. All right, that's it for me. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye, nerds.